Why, some say, the moon? Why choose this as our goal? And they may well ask, why climb the highest mountain? Why, 35 years ago, fly the Atlantic? Why does Rice play Texas? We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard.
This is Apollo Saturn Launch Control. We are go for Apollo 11. The Apollo mission, the flight to land the first men on the moon. T-minus 15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff on Apollo 11. Tower cleared.
And at this fiery, thunderous instant, the tireless efforts of thousands for over a decade and the dreams of millions throughout the centuries converged as the majestic Saturn V rocket catapulted man into history and mankind into the future. On July 16, 1969, at exactly 9:32 a.m., the heart of the whole world stopped momentarily as three American astronauts, Neil Armstrong, Edwin Aldrin Jr., and Michael Collins, left a world that would probably never again be the same and rocketed across the cosmos toward man's first landing on another celestial body, the moon. The epic journey of Apollo 11 had begun. The next 3.5 days found Apollo 11 soaring through the heavens. And while the feats of man and technology were performed without a flaw, the eyes and ears of the world followed the spacecraft as it was shot into and out of Earth orbit, and then thrust into its lunar trajectory. We marveled as the crew delicately maneuvered the separation and docking of the command module, codenamed Columbia, and the lunar module, the LEM, codenamed Eagle, and then send the remaining stage of the Saturn V rocket into solar orbit. We waited patiently as Apollo 11 coasted for 2 days, confidently homing in on its lunar target, on the third day achieve lunar orbit, and while harnessing lunar gravity, remain in orbit around the moon for the next 24 hours. Finally, on the fourth day, the dramatic separation of Columbia and Eagle, as the Apollo 11 mission reaches the threshold of man's most monumental achievement. At approximately 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, with Michael Collins orbiting the moon in the Columbia, Neil Armstrong and Edwin Aldrin began the Eagle's descent toward the moon.
Roger, Eagle, I'm done.
Roger, how does it look?
The Eagle has wings.
Eagle, Houston, we rig you now. You're a go for PDI, over.
Roger, understand.
We're go, same type, we're go. 60 seconds.
Lights on. 40 feet down, 2.5. Picking up some dust. 30 feet, 2.5 down. Great shadow. 4 forward. 4 forward, drifting to the right a little. 20, down a half.
30 seconds.
Forward, just. Okay. Contact light. Okay, engine stop. APA at a descent. Mode control both auto, descent engine command override off. Engine arm off. 413 is in.
We copy you down, Eagle.
Houston, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
Roger, Tranquility. We copy you on the ground. You got a bunch of guys about to turn blue. We're breathing again. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Houston, that may have seemed like a very long final phase. The auto-targeting was taking us right into a football field-sized crater with a large number of big boulders and rocks for about 1 or 2 crater diameters around it. and it required us going in P-66 and flying manually over the rock field to find a reasonably good area.
Sounds good to us, Tranquility. Be advised there are lots of smiling faces in this room and all over the world, over.
Well, there are two of them up here.
Roger, it was a beautiful job, you guys. And don't forget one in the command module. Roger.
Now, we'll get to the details of what's around here, but it looks like a collection of just about every variety of shape, angularity, granularity, but every variety of rock you could find. The color is, well, it varies pretty much depending on how you're looking relative to the zero phase point. There doesn't appear to be too much of a general color at all. However, it looks as though some of the rocks and boulders, of which there are quite a few in the near area, looks as though they're going to have some interesting colors to them, over.
Roger, copy. Houston, this is Tranquility. We're standing by for a go for cabin depress, over.
Tranquility Base, this is Houston. You are go for cabin depressurization. Go for cabin depressurization.
The hatch is coming open. Okay, Houston, I'm on the porch.
Roger, Neil. And we're getting a picture on the TV. Okay, Neil, we can see you coming down the ladder now.
I'm at the foot of the ladder. I'm going to step off the limb now. That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. Yes, the surface is fine and powdery. I can kick it up loosely with my toe. It does adhere in fine layers, like powdered charcoal, to the sole and sides of my boot. I only go in a small fraction of an inch, maybe an eighth of an inch, but I can see the footprints of my boots and the treads in the fine sandy particles. It has a stark beauty all its own. It's like much of the high desert of the United States. It's different, but it's very pretty out here. Now I want to back up and partially close the hatch. Making sure not to lock it on my way out. Okay, I'm on the top step and I can look down over the RCU and landing gear pad. It's a very simple matter to hop down from one step to the next. Yes, I found it to be very comfortable, and walking is also very comfortable. There's a slight tendency, I can see now, to backwards due to the soft, very soft texture. You're standing on a big rock there now. I say that the rocks are rather slippery. You have to be careful that you're leaning in the direction you want to go, otherwise you much at the edge of that crater is rather soft. That's real soft there, isn't it? Hey Neil, didn't I say we might see some purple rocks? Find the purple rocks? Yep. Neil is now unveiling the plaque. It says, "Dear men from the planet Earth, first set foot upon the moon, July 1969 AD. It came in peace for all mankind." It has the crew members' signatures and the signature of the President of the United States.
Yes, indeed. They've got the flag up now, and you can see the stars and stripes on the lunar surface. Neil and Buzz, the President of the United States is in his office now and would like to say a few words to you. Over.
That would be an honor.
Go ahead, Mr. President. This is Houston out.
Hello, Neil and Buzz. I'm talking to you by telephone from the Oval Room at the White House. And this certainly has to be the most historic telephone call ever made. I just can't tell you how proud we all are of what you do. For every American, this has to be the proudest day of our lives. And for people all over the world, I am sure they too join with Americans in recognizing what an immense feat this is. Because of what you have done, the heavens have become a part of man's world. And as you talk to us from the sea of tranquility, it inspires us to redouble our efforts to bring peace and tranquility to Earth. For one priceless moment in the whole history of man, all the people on this earth are truly one. One in their pride in what you have done, and one in our prayers that you will return safely to Earth.
Thank you, Mr. President. It's a great honor and privilege for us to be here representing not only the United States, but men of peace of all nations, and with interest and a curiosity and with a vision for the future. Honor for us to be able to participate here today.
Thus was history made, and thus was a nation's rendezvous with destiny fulfilled. As John F. Kennedy had said in those long ago days in 1961, before there was a moon program.
Space is open to us now, and our eagerness to share its meaning is not governed by the efforts of others. We go into space because whatever mankind must undertake, free men must fully share.
And now, Apollo 11 is history. And this is not the end, but only the barest beginning.